Good afternoon everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Tuesday the 21st of February 2023 and tonight finally we're off back to the International Stadium. It is Gateshead versus Oldham Athletic in the National League. So, here I'm in Gateshead and going into this game tonight, Oldham are currently in 16th place in the National League table and they're starting to pull away a little bit from the relegation battle following a 2-0 win on Saturday over Maidstone. As for us, we are still in 21st place. I feel like I'm a bit of a stuck record when I do this part of the video for Gateshead matches. That is of course after Saturday's 1-0 loss at Southend, but tonight there's every chance by the end of play this evening we won't be in 21st place anymore, as Dorking and Torquay are playing each other. We're obviously sandwiched in between those two clubs, 1 point behind Dorking and level on points with Torquay, so you'd like to think that that game will end as a draw. Would a draw be a bad result for us tonight? I mean, honestly, a lot of it maybe just depends on how the other games in the league go. I mean, it is very tight at the minute and I personally do think it will go to the wire. Of course, it's only been a week since we last played Oldham, which was of course at Boundary Park. We got a 2-2 draw in that game, scoring twice in the last 10 minutes, coming from 2-0 down, which was an impressive comeback. We know that Oldham are inconsistent, we know what their weaknesses are, we know what their strengths are. They probably say the same about them for us, so it should make for a decent game of football this evening. One thing that is massively frustrating for us is that we are once again being massively hit by injuries and suspensions, but we did make a new addition to the squad last night. Callum Whelan has arrived on loan from Solihull Moors, I believe it is, so that maybe helps us out in some way. Of course, Carl Magnay's on the last game of his ban. Aaron Martin starting his tonight. So we just have to make do with what we've got. But I do feel as though like this injury pile-up does have a bit of a different feel to it compared with what it was earlier in the season. I do feel as though we are more adapted to this league. I think the players are starting to get to grips with the level a little bit more. Mike's getting to grips with it a bit more as a manager. So there's still a long way to go. I think we've got 16 games left or something like that. A lot can change in that time and it can change very quickly. But for tonight, let's head on down to the International Stadium and find out how it all unfolds. So the team's warming up. Oldham getting ready down there. Looks as though they're going to be in a change from the usual blue tonight. Looks as though it's going to be some green type colour. What officially would you call that? I mean, I try to come across as intellectual on this channel, but the reality is I'm thick as two short blanks. Anyway, Gateshead are getting ready just down here. Of course, going to be in the home kit for a home game. Anyway, I'll stop waffling now and we will get into the football. Penetrate the defence. Place to play in the football. Right? Yes, I know. Keep on the pressure. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Gang! Oh, he's on! He's on! Shoot!
Get up, Louis!
Louis! It's got to get that on target.
Go on, Kenton! Nice. Very simple. Go on!
Go on.
Score goes good.
Good lads. Half time, Gateshead 1, Oldham Athletic 0. I have to say I'm really impressed with how we played in that first half. Seemed really calm on the ball. We have all the right ideas. The only thing that's a bit frustrating really is that we're not even further ahead. But I've got to say I'm really surprised at just how poor Oldham were in that first half. I mean, they do have the players on the bench such as Tollett and Fondop that they could bring on to give them a bit more of an attacking threat. But I'm just looking at them so far in this game, I'm just like, what is their game plan? I mean, this is a massive half-time for David Unsworth, a big second half for him tactically. I mean, if they get beat, they get beat from here, but he needs to change something up, like just give the fans at least something to be positive about, like coming out of this game. I mean, I think 1-0 at half-time is like the best scoreline they could have realistically hoped for with the way that first half went, and that's really how it's been. But yeah, from our perspective, you've got to be really happy with how we've played there, and fingers crossed we can do just that in the second half, and hopefully before too long get a second goal, which might just be the all-important one. But as we found out in a reverse game last week, it's not over till it's over, but we'll soon find out.
Settle down, man!
Not come back out for this second half.
Settle down! Sit down! Come on, Gateshead! Shoot!
What are we doing here, like?
Go on!
Time.
Go on! Go on! Go on! No! Go on! Yeah! Come on! Yeah! Get it! Come on! Get it!
Jeezy Peters, man. Oh. 4 minutes of added time at the end of this game.
4 minutes.
Honestly, he's my favourite person in the world. Full time, Gateshead 2, Oldham Athletic 1. I think you could just tell from the reaction of the fans and the players and everyone at the International Stadium tonight, just what a massive result that actually is. I mean, unfortunately it's not enough for us to get ourselves out of the bottom four, but we're only behind Yeovil as it is now on goal difference, and we're only a point behind York, only a point behind Dorking. I think we're 3 points now behind Oldham, so it's extremely tight, and we have pulled clear of all the teams beneath us, so it's a really important result. I think overall in the night we deserve that. I think, but for a bit of a blip at the start of the second half where Oldham got the equaliser, I think we were absolutely the better team there tonight. I mean, Oldham are a team I can't get my head around, to be honest. When I look at some of the results they've had of late, like you'd think, yeah, the impressive team, like they're going to be tough to beat. I mean, we made hard work of it tonight, granted, but from what I've seen of them in the 3 games we've had against them, I've not been that impressed, if I'm being brutally honest with you. I personally don't think David Unsworth is the man to take them forward. I mean, he might be the man to just give them a bit of stability in the short term, but I think in the long term they need someone that knows the division, can get the players properly playing and stuff like that, because it's like, I mean, even Stevie Wonder can see where their issues are just now. As I've touched upon before the game, they are very inconsistent, as I proved it again tonight. So being pegged back and starting to look over the shoulders again a little bit. So yeah, I mean, we can enjoy this tonight. It's been a long time since we've had a home win. I mean, in all fairness, it's been a long time since we've had a home game, but can enjoy it, but it has to be short-term enjoyment. There's another big battle ahead on Saturday away to Maidstone. Obviously, bottom of the league, I think they're maybe resigned to the fact that they are going to be going down, but they'll not want to go down without a fight, that's for sure. It's another long trip for us. I think in the last couple of weeks, maybe see that the travelling has, the travelling has taken it out of the players a little bit. But all the same, I think we played with quite a good energy tonight. I was impressed with Callum Whelan. He's obviously not the sort of player that's going to do anything too fancy or anything. Like he does, it does a lot of basic stuff, but that's maybe what we need. Like just someone to maybe calm it down a little bit, because like games don't have to be 100 mile an hour all the time. Like there's times to go full pelt, there's times to tone it down a little bit, and hopefully now with could maybe find that balance a little bit. But we'll see. Still 15 games left, still a long way to go, but that result will certainly help. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Thursday night with the second Durham derby of the month. This time it's at Maiden Castle. It is Durham United versus Durham City, so yeah, really looking forward to it. Until then, take care, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Up the heat, get in.